Good morning, everyone. My name is Laura Fraley, and on March 26, 1985, I lost my oldest brother, Jason Briggs, to suicide. Although we are all here today sharing a bond over the loss of a loved one or supporting someone who has suffered a loss, I feel as though my story is somewhat different than what we may have heard before. I am speaking on behalf of the young children who have suffered a loss by suicide, but may have been too young to completely remember everything. I was just 4.5 years old when Jason took his own life. I have always felt as though something was taken from me before I even had the chance to possess it. My older siblings have specific memories of growing up with Jason, but I have always had to share theirs. Our longtime family friends have shared with us their feelings of what a great kid they thought he was and how much their kids enjoyed his friendship. But I was always left angry because these people, who were not even family members, possessed something that I never had or ever would. Memories of my brother Jason. While I was never given the chance to create my own memories of him, it doesn't make my pain any less valid than my older family members. I hurt just as bad, I cry just as hard, and I heal exactly the same way, one day at a time. I wanted to share my story today after my mom because I wanted to encourage everyone to not forget the younger members of your family as you struggle to heal from your own personal tragedies. We are here too, struggling just as hard to answer the questions how and why. We are struggling to answer those questions even if we are too young to verbalize them. It has been over 26 years since we lost Jason, and I'm here to tell you that you will come out of this and you will be okay. The questions will never have an answer, the pain will never go away, the tears will never stop completely, but you will become stronger and you will survive this. As kids growing up, you're always asked, how many kids are in your family? Although I only had memories of ever having 4 kids at the dinner table, 4 kids opening Christmas presents, and taking a family picture with 4 kids in it, the answer for me was always 5. I am the youngest of 5 children. It was always, I have 4 siblings, and never I had. Jason will always be my big brother. Losing a loved one to suicide is not something to be ashamed of or to shy away from just to avoid answering people's questions regarding how they died, or intercepting their looks of shock and sadness for you when you answer that question and they're not quite sure how to respond. By my mother's example, we learn to not hide from anything. We don't hide from our problems, we face them head on. We don't hide our sadness, we express it. We don't hide our anger, we learn from it. And we don't hide our love for our brother Jason, we share it. It is something we grow stronger from each and every day. We can celebrate our loved ones and spread awareness of this 100% preventable cause of death. And if telling my family's story to anyone who asks me how or why could save just one person's life, I would tell it endlessly, and I do. My family will tell the story of that horrible night stating that I was the one who found him. My mother asked me to go wake Jason up from his usual Sunday afternoon nap so we could sit down for family dinner. Being the mother to a now 4-year-old makes me so thankful that I did not turn on the bedroom light that night. I couldn't imagine my son having to deal with an image like that. I am thankful that I did not turn on the light so that for the last 26 years, the images I have of my big brother remain happy and cheerful ones that I see in pictures or created in my mind after hearing a funny family story. I hold on to these images and not the ones of him at his time of death. To this day, there will be times that a family story comes up involving Jason, and it will be one that I haven't heard before, and like a young child, I get so excited, listening so intently so as to not miss a single detail. We all still miss him every day. We still cry hard, we still mourn daily, but we also celebrate our family and the strength that we have developed as a unit, and we also laugh very loudly. Not a day goes by I don't think about him and miss him dearly, but I also think about the pain that he must have been going through and the struggles he was having inside of himself. As someone who has had personal struggles with depression during part of my adult life, I am grateful for the resources that are available today and the support that is out there. But it is still not enough. There is still so much more we can do. Jason's memory lives within each of my immediate family members' lives each hour of every day. My brother Keith's oldest son shares his name, my sister Jeanette's second-born son shares his middle name, and my 1-year-old son shares his birthday, and not by way of a pre-scheduled C-section. My son was due in late August of 2010, and 4 days before my due date, at 5 p.m. on August 25th, my water broke while walking around the mall. We returned home to gather our things and headed off to the hospital. Since my contractions hadn't started yet, we even lingered in the hospital lobby for a bit, waiting for my husband's parents to arrive so they could watch my older son. I thought to myself, Wow, wouldn't it be cool if he was born on Jason's birthday? But there's no way that's going to happen. It's already getting pretty late. Well, if this wasn't Jason's way of saying, hey Laura, you better believe my nephew is going to share my birthday, then I don't know what is. After less than 4 hours of active labor, my son Evan was born naturally at 10:23 p.m. on August 25th, 2010, Jason's 42nd birthday. I have no doubt in my mind that Jason had something to do with this. And nothing makes me happier than knowing that each year, two very important people in my life get to celebrate their lives together. And maybe this is his way of giving me a little piece of him that I've always felt was missing. Although I was raised in a religious family, I consider myself to be more spiritual than religious, and I still have my strong beliefs. My hopes are to live a long and full life, and that I will die a very old woman, surrounded by my loved ones. But I will not be scared. I will go in peace, for I will finally have my chance to get to know for myself my dear brother, Jason Briggs.